Well, hello everybody. Heisel Productions. That's me. Um, I'm basically alone for the time being. I'm gonna try and see if I can get other people to join me because it's always kind of, well, it usually gets boring, I think, when it's just me, like streaming alone. Maybe that's just me, but I personally feel it isn't as enjoyable without other people around. But like I said, that could be just a me thing. Let's see. I put light. I'm trying to remember where I left my. Oh, what? I put them in. I didn't, did I? No, because that would have been smart of me to do. When do I ever do anything smart? Okay. I'm trying to remember where I left something. I can't remember where I did with it. But yeah, let's see what's new, what's exciting. Well, nothing's exciting, but I guess in terms of stuff that's new, I'm basically done with the stuff at Great Waterton. For the remake that I talk about all the time, but it still hasn't come out yet. It just takes a while to do something sometimes. I mean, if it's anything, if Magic Railroad parody is anything to go by, sometimes it just needs time to be worked on. Fiddlesticks. What do I do with them? Ow, pinch. Let's see. I suppose somebody joined. Um, okay. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. That would make sense. Okay. Twitter. But yeah, what else has been happening? So I'm working on 2 different remake collabs. One with like Easy Caldy. What else is there? One with Easy Caldy and a whole bunch of other guys in that. Then there's one with my own team that I kind of handpicked. Hard to explain, but yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get some people here. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Right. Copy clipboard. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, no, I'm not just letting anybody join. No, that's not what's happening. I'm selecting people from my friend groups to join. No offense against you guys. It's just that, except for Epic Entertainment, I don't know any of you guys really that well. I mean, maybe I could Epic. I'm not sure. Let me just see. Well, let me see what the other guys say first. Hmm. Super Lego. Figures. No, James Red Engine. No, I don't know you guys, so I'm not gonna let you join. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. It always stinks that I mean, it's just that like the two people who I usually kind of like pick to do something with like Toby 77C is like my go-to in terms of I guess streaming buddy. I've done with him in the past, and it's we're kind of like close buddies, and we've hung out in person a bunch of times. I haven't talked much lately, but it's just like I don't know. It is what it is. I mean to get in touch with him more. Just haven't been able to recently. But yeah. There's got to be somebody here. Somebody. Really? Nobody? Let's see. What's interesting going on in the community that I can talk about that I won't ruffle any feathers if I mention. I think here. Something interesting that I can talk about. I think Calling All Engines is 15 years old today. I know I talked about it a long while back, and Calling All Engines is one of those that it's kind of like I'm probably blinded by nostalgia goggles. Because I mean, like I enjoy watching it, and I guess I'm probably just kind of like blind to its flaws. Because I can watch it again and again, and I don't get and I don't get bored while watching it. At least not really bored, I don't think. So I mean, there's always something I notice each time I watch it. Something new I pay attention to. And visually speaking, it's actually one of the better looking out of all the, out of the rest of this, out of the rest of the, the other seasons of the show, because like, what was it called? Season 8 and 9 kind of had that motif of what's it? Like a motif of basically not looking great, looking kind of bland. But I don't know. I always found it. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, it's not there. Huh. Sorry to sound. Probably did notice. Probably didn't. I'm just blind. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, calling all engines. And honestly, I don't have a problem with Diesel 10's characterization. Mainly because I don't consider Magic Railroad to be canon. I just don't. Because it just... Magic Railroad just kind of messes with a lot of the show's continuity. And... I don't know. And just as a story, it just... I mean, there's no proof that it's not canon, or that it is canon for that matter. But I just really don't consider it canon just for... It just doesn't... A lot of it just doesn't add up logistically. Because... I don't know. It really just doesn't work for a lot of reasons. There he is. Okay. But anyways, but okay, so and hello, Trainmaster 16. Glad you could join. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, thank you. So what I'm going to do, rest the stream. So I've got... working on Duncan. Oh no, no, it's not called Duncan. I'm working on the runaway elephant. Yeah, the runaway elephant. Oh man. Let's see here. Where can I set you? Classic view. Oh yeah. So Robert Stewart. Hey guys, just want to let you know enterprising Engine 93 is currently letting somebody else help him make his videos, and his name is Heisel Productions. I can't do a very very good Stewart voice. I don't know. And I got this thing, Sir Stephen. Yeah, I believe so. I don't remember. Yeah, Stephen, because then Richard, but it's a protege entry. Okay. Yeah. Who should I specifically? I invited somebody. I invited Charles and Thomas, and I highly doubt he'll actually show up. Does it'll be great. Not trying to make any promises, but you know what? Screw it. I'll throw one out to Matt. Go for broke. Mm-hmm. Who else I could ask to? There we go. Okay. Calling a lynching. Should I keep talking about that? I can keep talking about that. I can talk about anything really. Ow, ow, oh my eye. Oh god, that hurt. Crap, that hurt. Okay. Oh, okay, at least, okay. Oh, here we go. Trainmaster 16, do you agree that season 12 was the worst season of the show, or at least the model series? Good question. That's something I can talk about. So I have mixed thoughts on season 12. Let's see how to begin. The thing about season 12 is that in a way it is nice that it's a transitional season. Because it at least gave Nitrogen a chance to get their feet wet, and also gave the opportunity for, I guess, the crew to say one final goodbye. Although the thing is, I do wonder how soon into production they knew this was going to be the last hurrah, in a sense. Because I'm just gonna say this here. I mean, if you knew the show was gonna stop using models, personally, I would kind of make that season as cost effective as possible. And by that I mean you wouldn't introduce like new characters. If anything, you would do what they did, but completely reintroduce like old characters and give them more prominent roles to and make new merchandise out of them. Like reinvent them, like reintroduce them, like bring them back into a spotlight in a sense. Like you would, like instead of just like, because I mean the thing is, and you see this, and they built two models of Hank, two models of a character who only appeared once and never again. And I guess just knowing that there's two models, at least one of them's going to be in decent shape. As long as, I mean, because, one of them's at Drayton Manor. Which I'm not going to talk about the guys whose names who both start with an S. One of them ends with an N, one of them ends with an M. One of these guys I converse with, and one of these guys I converse with, and I don't think they're too malicious of a character. Although I can see everybody's frustrations in some ways. Regardless, moving off that subject, Flora, I don't know if they made more than one of her. I assume they did if they made more than one of Hank. Actually, I'd assume that they at least like hit arrow-wise. They probably would have made like multiples of each character, right? Because I mean, obviously they had like two or three like backups of like the main cast. I don't know about Toby. Toby's the only one I can think. I can't. That's the thing. Every single like model of like the main cast, like the Steam team, they all have I mean, sans Emily, but I think all of them have a notable thing that sets their model apart, or sets like their okay, so like with Edward Henry Gordon, James, and I think Percy to an extent, they all have like riveted buffer beams and brake pipe, like a hexagon or triangle around the brake pipes, like pentagon. No. Yeah, like pyramid like kind of things around there, indents around there, whatever. Point is, like the perspex. The perspex models didn't like have that, and the perspex models had the rivets. Brass ones didn't. And then Thomas is kind of like more of a harder one to figure out, but it's kind of like once you know what you're looking for, it's easy to see. Like his windows are different, like a thinner funnel, and yeah. Toby though, I haven't seen anyone make a guide to spotting Toby, so I don't know if there's a difference. But anyways, maybe I've been dodging the question. Sorry if I have. But season 12 though, in terms of like the mix between the oh, but I didn't finish what I was saying. Like I said, with season 12 though, because I mean they introduced a lot of like, because I mean like they built that new bridge, the Sodor Bay Bridge, I guess you could call it. I mean, I don't know. It's the one that they built in Thomas Puts the Brakes on. You know, they used. I don't know. And they built the large scale flour mill and the water wheel. And they even I think they even built shoot, what's that one am I thinking of? I think they built more on. Oh yeah, and then they had to sculpt the man in the hill. Like all that. That's like that's a lot of work you have to put into. I mean, okay, stuff like. I mean, like there's. I guess I can see like. I mean, like Man in the Hills is an exception, I guess, to that rule. Or another one, Proteus statue. I mean, the Proteus statue, I do think is awesome that they're like they continue to world build in a sense, but I don't know. Like you know what I mean? It's cool that it's like how do I put this? Like they're not just like throwing away a character right then and there. But at the same time, it's yeah. Okay, so back on point though. I know the talking point of season 12 is obvious. And again, I have mixed thoughts on it. I'm not entirely opposed to because I mean the thing is trying updating it with like because I mean I think they're trying to respond to I think the whole idea was basically to respond to that whole why don't the trains melts move? It's 2009. Why or 2008, 2009, whatever. Why can't they why can't they fully express what they're doing? And why are these people static? Again, like genuinely like they have points. But the thing is, it's like I don't consider it to be the biggest deal. Cause I mean, how shall I say? The. How shall I say? Right. Let me put this. Okay, well let's try this. Okay. I mean, I guess you're gonna respond to that. I mean, that is kind of the way to go. And I do think that in a sense they kind of had the right idea. You know, doing a because I think hybridization could work. You just have to have enough time, enough patience to do it. Either that or you just gotta get the lighting, like be on the same page in terms of lighting. Because that and just the faces just weren't designed close enough to fit with the. That's the thing. The other problem is, if you're going to commit, you kind of got to commit all the way. Because they constantly use. Because they still constantly use like the resin faces, even though that they're trying to do CGI. Which I don't understand. You either do one or the other. And I mean, of course, there's nothing you can. Why would you change? Why would you ever want to get rid of these? They're awesome. Web and scratching. But anyways, so yeah, I don't necessarily think that it's a bad idea in concept. It's just that, of course, execution-wise, they could have done way better. Because, like, big example, I think, of like how they kind of like they kind of fuddled things up, fouled it up. It's that it's just the faces don't look the same. They don't keep the base expression that it should. I mean, like, they try and go for just a completely different style, and it just doesn't work. I don't know how else to describe it. Well, if it's if it's like a new Trackmaster kind of thing, I don't see the problem. Because honestly, those turbo speed, whatever the hell they are, they're dumb. So you maybe just done yourself a favor. But anyways, okay, so season 12 though, in terms of like I think there's sometimes when the CGI faces look okay on them, sometimes they don't. But the big thing, in my opinion, that just kind of bugs me about season 12, all the episodes play out in pretty much the same way. I mean, even in like season 9, Henry and the flagpole, or Henry and the wishing tree. It's Henry and the flagpole. Regardless, they did that whole thing where they oh, thank you. But with like Henry and the flagpole, just example. It wasn't a Three Strikes You're Out story. This is what I remember. Henry just took he's like, oh man, I gotta find something. Oh wait, we got a flagpole. Oh no, flagpole's damaged. Well, I got to stall. Maybe I can find something else. He sees it, and the solution was there the whole time. You just didn't know it. That's just a. That's just an example. And that's how you can write a story and have it work. None of the rest of the episodes in season 12 really do that. I mean, maybe like a one and three strikes you're out stories. They happen. Technically, by George, from season 5, that's kind of a three strikes you're out story. Heck, Lady Hat's birthday party. Another good episode. Just it's kind of a three strikes story. But at the same time, it's not really, it's not as annoying. But the big thing is, Thompson and Billboard didn't make sense to me because I don't know why you'd want Diesel in your picture. And also, if I was that photographer, I'd be taking a lot more than just one singular photo. And also, you go with an aerial shot. But then again, I guess you kind of need either something tall, which you can't really do that. But I think probably the best thing, if only you had like a hovering vehicle, something that could fly, like stay in one spot and be relatively steady. Just saying, it's don't go back. It's okay. Not good, not bad, just okay. I found Heave-Ho Thomas to be fine. Gordon Takes a Shortcut is one of those I look at. It's like fine. Excellent Emily, I thought was not too bad either. That's the thing. One piece I think that most of the episodes, like in the hit era. No, I don't have a replica of our boat. I didn't make one. Toby 77C has a replica of it. Honestly, I could probably make one at some point. Because I have a whole bunch of Lego boats. But yeah. Okay. Let me think here. Okay. And the other... What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, it's right. But the thing is, all the hit episodes, I think they could kind of work in terms of how shall I say? It worked in like the other seasons that they do. I'm not talking about like season of a show. I'm just talking about like natural outdoor. Like The snow scenes look fine. Well, sort of. One thing that did always bug me with the snow episodes, there was always a lot of fields. Episodes I think of just off the top of my head. Um, Keeping Up with James. Pretty much all like the main or Keeping Up with James. Gordon Takes Charge. Uh, Percy's New Whistle. I think even Thomas's Frosty Friend fall in that category sometimes. Yeah, Henry's Lucky Day or Henry's Lucky Trucks. That's the only one that didn't fall into the category of pretty much every single set is like flat fields and slight hills every now and then, and a few trees. At least that's what I noticed. That's just me again. Um, Actually, yeah, I think James Works It Out kind of avoided that category too, and it did one thing that I did like. It had the storm backdrop on the winter set, which I don't recall seeing that since the overcast. I guess the overcast background um, on the snow scenery. Which I don't recall seeing that since Thomas and the Avalanche, Not So Hasty Cakes, Puddings, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember. Honestly, that episode's just a really dumb title in general. Just dumb. Like, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Point is, or another thing I like, not just um the winter, but also like the I think the fall stuff looks pretty good too. Um, like the what's the name of it? In episodes like Toby's Triumph, they pronounce it. I don't know. Yeah, Toby's Triumph. What other episodes were there? Um. Oh yeah, Big Strong Henry. Uh, Excellent Emily, I guess too. Uh, Crap! What was that other episode that took place in the? Oh, I think Follow That Flower did a little bit. A little bit, I think. What else? What else? What else? There was. I don't know. Point is, I like the my whole point is, I like winter stuff and I like the fall stuff. I'll agree, too much green stuff. I agree, David Mitton is the better director, but I think Steve Asquith gave an attempt. I think he could still put together some decent looking sets. And I'm not talking ones that were just like redone from David Mitton's direction. Probably one of the bigger ones, Suspension Bridge. Suspension Bridge, I think, is a really good looking thing. There's another one I'm thinking of. You guys know what I'm talking about? Ones that aren't like that were his own idea and not. I think the Quarry sets looked okay at times. No, it's just carry over from David Mitton too. Okay, maybe he didn't have any. Well, Kelsthorpe Station looked okay. Those valleys, like the zigzag valley, the S curve in shoot, what's the episode called? Tom Saves the Day, the season 8 version. But yeah, the point is, I think he still had some good stuff. And even all the Jack in the Pack things, I think when he was given the keys to the workshop, basically, he managed to make some good looking things. So I'll bet you that David still had kind of like a final say for the most part. But I don't know. Okay. Never heard of Sodor Sodor then and now. Never heard of that. Oh, but how do they put buffers on the engines? I can answer that question. Here. Indeed it is. So a sheet. There's these. I go to Hobby Lobby. There's a sheet of pearl jewel stickers. About yay big. Either you get them in black or you paint them black. Take it off and you put it on the engine's front like so. Yeah, 3D buffers. A little more to it than that, but that's the basic gist of it. Sometimes you need to, have glue. Sometimes they'll stick on with the adhesive on the back. It's a crapshoot. You never know if it'll work with you or not. So, yeah. Okay. There's some track. Well, if I get down to 0 viewers, I think I'll. Yeah. Okay. Well, wait and see. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. So, what else? What else? What else? Let's try. Hmm. Yeah, the only I don't have yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. I don't have a R-boat replica. All I got is my Tom's replica, which isn't perfect, but it is what it is. I accept it for being what it is. It's a bit crappy, and I don't think it would ever appear on any official show anything. But it's yeah. Hmm. Yeah, let's try this for now. Kind of like it. It's just a little bit. Have you ever watched a Tug segment from Salty's Lighthouse? Yeah, I watched one time. It was the one where they were using footage from or no, they were telling they did Regatta. That's all I've watched. But yeah, Salty's Lighthouse, like, I don't... Like, I don't get why Salty's Lighthouse was... Because, I mean, I get that David Mitton or Clearwater just sold the footage. I mean, I get it. It's, like, cheap. But still just, like, re-editing the thing just to try and make it fit. I don't get it. I mean, I barely watched any of Salty's Lighthouse. I don't know what... I don't even know what the show's about. Just some kid living in a lighthouse. And he looks out the window every now and again, and he sees what the Tugs are doing. Sees what Big Stack, OJ, Simpson, and whatever are doing.
Hey, what's up, Heisel?
Not much, Clark. How about you?
Nothing much. Just working on some customs right now.
Okay. I'm just kind of building set here.
Nice. What you building a set of?
I have no idea. I don't know what am I building? I can't tell. Ignore Ryan. It's just there.
Nice set.
Well, I mean, I kind of just got done, doing the by George crash thing.
Oh, nice.
So
that's cool, man.
Yeah, but did you ever watch Salty's Lighthouse? Because I really never did.
Which episode was that?
No, I'm talking about the series that they, that cartoon that they used Tug's footage for some reason.
No, I've never heard of that. Enlighten me about it.
Well, you're gonna regret this. So basically, some random show from 1997, I guess, must have bought the footage from Clearwater, or at least what was left of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so basically what happens, like, interludes throughout this random cartoon show, kid would pull out his binoculars, look out the window, because he lives next to the harbor.
Yeah.
And he'd see what the Tugs are up to. But it's like garbage. Because and sometimes they try and retell the story that's like like okay, here's an example. The one
Yeah.
that I've really watched. So they basically take regatta. You remember how regatta goes, right?
Not real. Actually, fun fact. I've never really watched tugs before. Like a while ago, TWR Productions 4 and Easy Colby, they were showing it to me, and I actually kind of fell asleep during the second and third episode, and then we stopped watching it in the fourth. I was just like really tired that day or something. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you ever watch Tug some other time, but anyways, they like it's like in this episode Regatta. Well, I'll spoil it for you, but it's
fun.
Okay. So that one like submarine or whatever, remember Grampus?
Yeah. He's
so he's with the Navy, and because apparently he's old. And all Navy vessels, when they're like deemed old and obsolete, they put it out in the middle of the ocean. They use it for target practice.
Oh,
yeah, really messed up. But of course, the episode acknowledges that, because then 10 cents is like, you can't do that. You can't do that. And Grampus is like, well, rules are rules. And then he tells the rest of the like Starfleet, like, "Hey guys, we need to go do something." So they do. They almost get shot at, but they like because it's like 1,500 yards, for away. They swap out. They swap out Grampus with like a barge of logs, and then you just see the barge of logs just get blown to smithereens.
Dang. So like you can actually see like him in the episode. Like the show you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
no?
Like Grampus doesn't die, but I'm just saying, like they managed to save him.
They replace the footage, kind of.
But yeah, well, point is, so this is Regatta, the original episode.
Yeah.
And they decide, instead of like the one military tug, telling him like, well, it's you served a good life, but you're going to a better place, yada da da da. It's like orders are orders, military tugs like telling him, well, we got to do this, whatever. Anyways, in the redub for Salty's Lighthouse, it's like, hey, Grampus, you're in the middle of a ship you're in the middle of the way of a ship that's about to like practice fire on some random barge of logs. You better get out of the way.
And he gets totally obliterated.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Revoice. Okay, and also, they just made a whole bunch of changes to like characters' names. So, for example, OJ is now not OJ.
Who is he?
OJ is now Otis.
Yeah.
And Big Mac is now Big Stack.
You know what? If that was his name in the actual Tug show, I would take it. Not gonna lie.
I
feel like that'd be pretty good. I like Big Mac, but Big Stack. When I think of Stack, I think of like Smokestack, and it just, I don't know, reminds me a lot of.
Well, he doesn't have a bigger stack. I don't even. Okay. And then they make probably two of the dumbest decisions I've ever heard. Ever. Number one. Apparently, whoever was writing this thought Sunshine was a girl.
Really? So, like, they use pronouns? Like, in that regard?
All these characters have new voices.
Oh, okay.
So you hear a girl's voice coming out of Sunshine, which is just wrong on so many levels. But you want to hear the best part?
What?
10 Cents and Sunshine are brother and sister.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah. And it's just really weird. And then during this like whole and while Grampus is like, stranded out in the middle of the ocean, they cut back to like, the Starfleet, who has no idea of, what's going on until someone tells them. But anyways, they're just hanging around like the Starfleet dock. And for some reason, I guess the intercom on Captain Star's megaphone. It's an intercom or something like that. And apparently the rest of the Star Tugs are just able to like press a button and like speak through it. So they're all just taking turns screwing around with it. Like, oh, well, Top Hat is the best tug. Or, oh, no more work today. They're all laughing and whatever. And it's just completely ridiculous. Like, and then also the best one of the even like stupider parts is like 10 Cents goes to find Sunshine, to go like so they can go save Grampus or whatever. And this is like in the regatta episode. But then they cut to footage from the first episode where Sunshine is like completely like he isn't like yellow yet.
Yeah.
And you just and again, it's like really bad continuity that nobody noticed. And yeah, just really bad voice acting, really bad renames. I'm trying to remember. I think they also named oh yeah. And Zebedee is not Zebedee anymore.
Really? What's
ZB?
ZB. Okay, I guess that fits like the new names, I guess.
But why do they need to do that?
I don't know. They just some of them I kind of like. Some of them are just like, what in the world? But yeah, the overall logic
the
about
Sunshine brother and sister is just kind of like that's almost applause worthy. Like, holy cannoli, you just threw a curveball out of left field. I don't even. Yeah, hold on. I gotta look up an episode of this. I gotta watch this. I'm just gonna look up another segment of Salty's Lighthouse and see if I can get
like
anything.
How long is this series? Like, or how many episodes are there?
In Salty's Lighthouse? Let me look. I don't actually know, but they had like. Let's see. Because nobody knows Salty's Lighthouse, I think, for the rest of what it is, just for the Tugs segments of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, the show only lasted from 97 to 98. Okay?
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. What is it? I'm gonna read the Wikipedia. I'm gonna read the Wikipedia here, or the Tugs wiki article here. Let's see what it says. All right, Salty's Lighthouse, a television series created by Nina. Is that an I or an O? I don't know. Oh, sorry, Nina I. Han. L.I. Han, whatever. Nina Han. Produced by Sunbow Entertainment, seen on the TLC network. Ready, Set, Learn. It was first broadcast in 97 and in 98. The show featured cartoon animated segments of a boy named Salty with his animal friends in a lighthouse, as well as live-action segments made from edited and redubbed Tugs footage. Series is currently in ownership of Sony Music in the U.S. and Canada, and 4Me in the rest of the world, or M4E in the rest of the world. Okay.
Yeah, American, Canadian, British. Jesus Christ, how many?
Okay, so there is. All right, so Clark, there was 40 episodes of the series, and it's one of those. And I think, and basically, from what I can tell, Salty's Lighthouse is kind of like a American Shining Time Station kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's like a half and half kind of thing, except they made it like ass backwards in a sense.
Yeah, and it's all animated too. Well,
it's actually it's like a reverse Shining Time Station in the sense that they make a new show to incorporate clips from like a current show in a sense.
Yeah.
But then like Salty's Lighthouse came along and said, okay, we're making a new show. And we're just gonna, and because we want to be lazy, let's just fill time with footage from this old show that we just managed to buy the footage to. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, seems weird. But
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else it says here. Okay. You want to hear more renames? This is gonna be great.
let's see him.
Big City Port is renamed Snugboat Harbor.
Yeah, that's weird. Hey, are you okay with having Epic Entertainment Films in the stream?
Yeah, I suppose we can let him join.
All right, yeah, I'll send him the link. I just wanted to ask because I know this is like your stream.
Yeah, go ahead and send him. Yeah, you know what? Send him a link. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
What else
yeah,
we got here?
that is so interesting. Like that, it's called that.
Oh my
Like-
gosh, it gets better and it gets better, but also worse at the same time.
Is Puffa like even in it? Like,
Well, let me see. I don't know. Let me keep. I'll keep reading. So this is just a section called comparison with Tugs. So the original plot lines of Tugs were not used in the series, at least in their entirety, due to runtime for segments. Instead, the existing footage was re-edited and dubbed into often loose, shorter versions, or even newly written stories. Oh Lord. As a result, from different Tugs episodes being edited together, continuity errors are visible, which include characters' barges differing in sequential scenes, Sunshine's model constantly changing from his original white paintwork to his yellow paintwork, smoke retreating back into the stacks and reversed scenes, daylight and night, daylight scenes and nighttime scenes, and sometimes the other way around, and abrupt weather changes.
I'm just curious about the stuff like the explosions being in the show. I'm curious. You know what? I want to later on someday. I want to go watch this show because like that seems like interesting, and then watch Tugs next to it, like back and forth, see like what the difference are. Wait, so there's 40 episodes of this show, and then there's only like 26, right, of Tugs, or 13, I think, something
There's
like that.
Only 13 Tugs. There's only 13 episodes of Tugs.
Yeah, how do you make?
But like it said though, I guess it's slicing up Tugs episodes, and hey Epic, I guess it's slicing up Tugs episode, but it's also making its own. From what I can tell,
Interesting.
it's just bizarre. Hey, Epic, you're familiar with Tugs, right?
Of course, like Tugs. I mean, I haven't seen much of it, but it's a really lovely show.
Yeah, same. Like the visuals, I've seen visuals of it, and I hear that the stories are spectacular. And in a way, like some people have told me, it reminds them of like season 5 of Thomas, mainly because of like explosions and the stuff that goes on the show. But like someday I need to check it out because like like I said again, I was watching it with TWR Productions 4 and Easy Coldie, and I watched part of the first episode, fell through there for the next 2 episodes, and then I stopped watching after that. So someday
it's not a show for everyone, but
but it has its moments.
I think we all agree though it is a good show though.
It is.
Yeah. From from what I can barely remember, at least from watching it, it's good. It was just that I was tired or bored that day or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So So Big City Port renamed Snugboat Harbor. Yeah. Terrible pun. The stories were This is weird. The stories were modernized with all the tugs gaining diesel tug engines and horns rather than boilers and whistles. The soundtrack was also altered to include hip hop music. Bum, 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 bum.
We're gonna have to look up some soundtracks of this sometime.
Oh, Lord.
Honestly, this is the kind of video that the Unlucky Tug needs to make. I feel like he should make a video about that. Some weird
stuff. This needs to be addressed at some point. Okay, multiple impossible events occur, such as the tugboats using Captain Star's microphone,
or megaphone, I should say. The tugs willingly sinking themselves without any structural damage and lifting sunken boats by pulling them horizontally to the surface using a small tow rope. This was due to limit the crew. This was due to the limit the crew seemed to have with the amount of live action footage they had. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't they have? Because that's the thing. There probably was like more. There's probably like a lot of They tell the story of Boomer twice. Oh goodness.
Let's see. I am gonna change my avatar to me as Mr. Conductor.
Pirate Tug in Top Hat's dream.
There we go.
Honestly, because there's 13 episodes of Tugs, and then there's 40 episodes of that. What would make me believe, since I've never seen the show before, like I feel like half of them would be episodes including Tugs footage, and then the rest would just be like completely animated, like not even anything to do with Tugs. Like I just get that kind of vibe from that.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe too.
Honestly. But there's no. I mean, how long are the episodes anyway? Like 20 minutes or something like that of regular Tugs.
Well, the full episode, like the full episodes of like the show, like all segments, like both Tugs and Salt and like cartoon. Like a Salty Lighthouse, like the non-Tug stuff is like cartoon.
Yeah,
you get that right. But yeah, okay. It's like just full episode from what I can tell here. This is just what I see here. It's like a 20-minute, standard 20 minutes of a show. Oh my goodness. Okay, what else? Wait a minute. Is he? Oh, this is amazing. They're telling more than just one singular story within. Yeah, they're splitting up. I think more than just one Tugs episode. They're doing like two. Oh, what do we got here?
Also, like 2 Tugs episodes in one or something?
Or shorts, whatever you want to call them. I don't know.
That is something interesting, though. I need to check out sometime because that's cool. Oh, by the way, Epic, your profile picture looks dope.
Thank you. But me acting out Mr. Conductor is the cringiest thing you'll ever see, but hey, it works.
Hey, yeah, it works. You gotta do what you gotta do to get by, my friend. That's what you gotta do.
Exactly. Which I have been like grinding getting this film done. I spent like 3 hours in front of a green screen today. I'm doing Mr. Conductor stuff.
Nice.
Hey, dude, you don't have to explain. You have to explain like working like countless hours on a film. I've just been kind of like working on Great Discovery for like 3 years now, kind of off and on.
Oh yeah, how's that coming along, by the way? Because from what I've heard from everybody else, like they say that you're like 80% of the way there or something like that.
That was before I kind of. Well, I'd say I'm like, I guess most of that footage outside of Great Waterton is still kind of but like okay, so the how should I put this? Yeah, the Great Waterton stuff. Like I refilmed that stuff for the 3rd time, mainly because it's a simple thing. I just keep updating my look of my engine so often, and introducing new face masks and facial expressions that I wanted to keep. I want to keep it consistent, and up to my current visual snuffs and styles. So yeah, I'm gonna call the Great Waterton stuff done for now. I might have to reshoot 1 or 2 little like insert shots, but that's about it. I think probably next on the list is probably Rolling Over Bridge, give or take.
Oh, okay.
Enterprising Engine's actually pitching in. Him and Robert, Jolly Good Idea Films.
Yeah.
They're working on the river or the flooded mine sequences.
Nice. Yeah, but for me, like I I just do. Excuse my dogs. They're really creepy.
Doggos.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know. I was thinking of the idea of going with face masks and everything. But I just went into visual effects for faces. Like with remakes, obviously, like I used the original cut from the episode, like, kind of like Roman does. But when I like for my Series Thompson remakes, I just make my own digitally edited face masks. I was kind of thinking like, hey, pull some right out from the TV show and then modifying them a bit. But I kind of like just making kind of like the facial expressions how they look in the TV series in the style of like the end of how they would look like in Win Railway form. Like I did that for one of my episodes that which is now being like basically for season 1 of my series. Most of it has been kind of canceled. Like I had a whole Bluebell arc that happened, but I might be doing that for season 2. I'm not sure about that yet. Like, yeah, I'm just waiting to see how things roll out, especially with a bunch of projects going on. In the meantime, I'm thinking I'll start releasing episodes again, probably by beginning of 2020 or 2021. Oh my god, I keep thinking more. Time goes by fast.
It does.
Yeah, though I try and go based off of like like distinct faces in the show. Some look better than others. Kind of hard to keep like consistent size with a lot of them. Some of them look good, some of them don't. Oh yeah, Epic. Almost done with that animation test you were asking me about.
Oh, thank you.
I've been kind of getting sidetracked, no pun intended. I actually just finished up. Actually, I just finished up my Eagle project, and I'm finally gonna get my board review. So it's like that's been like my big main project that I've been working on. It's kind of like like Eagle Scout kind of looks good on a college resume. So it's kind of a big deal. You get it. So that's kind of out of the way now. So
All right.
my world is kind of open back up. Well, mostly. I have like job too.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you, Epic, for animation. Like how are you doing faces in your film? Have you?
So what I mainly plan on doing, because like if I had the time to, I would sculpt faces, but like if I'm trying to get this like done, then like I don't have the time to like do like mini projects within Magic Railroad.
Yeah.
Did you?
So
sculpted faces. I can probably do some.
Ooh. Okay.
Well, Epic,
but-
you've seen what I can do, right?
Yeah.
So that's hard.
But I am probably gonna do a mix of just like basic eye animation on actual models and kind of like clipping together random faces from like screenshots from the TV series.
Oh, if you need, I got 3 faces. Well, Leon, Lewis, and Ricky of Thomas Merchandise. They provided me 3 casts of screen use faces. I got I got this face. If you need it at like whatever angle you're thinking.
Oh my, that's a good face right there.
That is good. That is really
Nice.
nice.
Myself. I have that. Upstairs is my 3D printed replica that's like kind of good.
Kind of good.
No. I mean I really mean kind of, because I mean like the wheels are kind of like
Yeah.
But regardless, it has this standard like smile face on it, and then you have classic shock.
Okay. Ooh,
So.
classic shock. Good old classic genre. All right.
I'm just saying.
Those could definitely be quite
And
useful.
he also gave me where's and to go with that, and I could probably take the clay eyes I have in there out. Because he also just gave me standard pair of what's the other one? Shoot, what's the other one? Oh, here it is. Movable eyeballs.
Ooh.
Yeah, time really just makes a project is really helpful with a project because like
I'm gonna pull a quote here from I was actually just talking to Vinny, Mr. Conductor fan.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Okay.
Oh, dude, I talk to him all the time. He's really cool
Oh
guy.
my, I am so jealous right now. Holy crap.
Let me read this thing.
I feel
So
kind of
so he said, so I said, knowing you've been working on your film for 3 years makes me feel a lot better about my 3-year development hell that I've been in with Great Discovery. And he said, and I quote, "Oh, dude, take as much time as you need to make the best movie you can." That's what I say. And it does remind me of a quote that Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who created, Mario, Super Mario, the guy who created him, he once said, completed game is forever good. A rushed game is forever bad. Something like that, I think he said.
no, yeah. Oh, that I agree. No, I completely agree with that. That's the thing. Because here's the thing with James and the Queen of Sodor. Like usually for me, a remake takes like a very short amount of time. Like a Big Surprise for Percy took 6 days to make. And that was also kind of because I was rushing also to get it out for my 8-year anniversary, which I didn't get out anyway by then. But anyways, like yeah, I took a month to make it, and it was kind of because I was waiting for some stuff in the mail, but also at the same time I was just making customs for it.
Yeah.
And Epic Entertainment has to
Yeah, I
leave.
noticed.
So see you, man. But yeah. So I took like a month making it, and it was really, really like making customs like the Queen of Sodor. I had to make some individual ones like the Queen of Sodor, of course. Percy, that's covered in dirt and whatever. I had to make all those just for that, and that's where I'd say taking your time with a project really helps. Don't really set a deadline. It kind of set a deadline. Have an idea of where you want to release it, but just
I have an idea of where I want to release it. It's probably somewhere in like spring of next year ish, give or take.
Dude, I'll have my
actually there was a Sodor Day, like in the Great Discovery. I think the fandom did agree, like sometime in May ish, June or April, March, somewhere in that spring area is when like Sodor Day, at least because I mean they took like the newspaper, the date on there, and they kind of calculated like from there, which that could be a doable date to make. If I keep working on this through Christmas.
It would make sense because given also like the general time of it, it looks like it's kind of a spring. It doesn't look too summery and it doesn't look too fallish. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it takes time in spring, so that would be pretty smart. I'm gonna lie. That would be cool, like if you promoted it as like, oh, come join us on Sodor Day when we're going to be watching The Great Discovery or my remake of The Great Discovery. That sounds really cool, man. Like if you did something like that.
Well, it's just something that Chris Mystery Man, if you know what that is.
Yeah, I know.
He just kind of brought that up just randomly, and I was like, huh. Actually sounds like a good idea.
That is great promoting material right there, man. Like and
just celebratory in a sense too.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But like, I mean, that is a great way. Like, I mean, a great celebratory, a great reference to the actual movie. Like that.
Like,
that would be.
Like I think don't they like don't they like do a lot of Star Wars things on May the 4th? Like official stuff released then? It's kind of like that is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of Tadmer Parody too, because like Tadmer Parody came out around the time I think Tadmer wasn't it like no, that was the show that was 80 years old, or so I'm 75 years old. So I wasn't sure about that. Tadmer Parody came out 20 years ago, or excuse me, Tadmer itself came out 20 years ago, and so. You know, Tadmer Parody actually coming out on the 20th, not coming out on the 20th anniversary, but like, you know, the year, like the 20th year that it's 20 years old basically at that point. Like that, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let me just check Discord real quick. Oh, wait, let me look at this again. So wait, what else? I'm just curious. What else? You curious what else has changed in Salty's Lighthouse?
Yeah, let's see it. Let's hear it. I'm interested.
Okay, so like I said about the reversing and reusing of footage like again and again. So the Starfleet and the Z stacks, originally two rival fleets and tugs, become friends in this show. This is most notable with Captain Zero not acting like a gang boss. However, the old rivalry is sometimes shown, mostly portrayed with Zoran.
Oh, that makes sense then. That would make sense.
Okay. Sunshine, Captain Star, and Little Ditcher are portrayed as female characters.
Jesus.
So Captain Star is female now. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. Is it just because like Star and space just brings to mind girl?
I'm not sure.
For example, I'm just spitballing here with just examples. I mean, like I know like Luna from Sailor Moon, the cat.
Yeah.
Girl, I guess. So I guess Captain Star, you think I'm trying to apply logic here, and I don't know why.
It's probably best not to. And
yeah, you're right.
You try to apply logic to these things. It's more complicated.
You're right, Clark. I'm applying brain power to something that clearly had none put in. Okay. 10 Cents in the Sunshine are brother and sister, respectively. Yep. Okay. Sea Rogue becomes an evil tug in Top Hat's dreams, differing from how he was a real tug and only stealing for his uncle's safety originally. Okay. Captain Zero is given a personality that mirrors Captain Star's in some respects, although they're still portrayed as sometimes having a rivalry. While many characters in tugs have varied British accents, such as Glaswegian, Cockney, South Welsh, British Mainland, Lancastrian, and Little Poland. In this series, the characters have varied Northeastern American accents, such as Bronx, New Jersey, and Brooklyn. Oh boy. There are several name changes to characters. Big Mac becomes Big Stack, possibly to avoid legal trouble with McDonald's over the name of their famous burger of the same name.
That would make sense.
OJ becomes Otis, possibly to avoid confusion with OJ Simpson, whose trial was still a hot button topic at the time. The Coast Guard and his messenger are presented as the same character, Cappy. Darn it, Super Mario Odyssey, why'd you steal? And I get that the Coast Guard had like I get the Coast Guard and the Coast Guard messenger had like a hat.
Mm-hmm.
But every character had a hat.
That exactly.
Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
That just seems really unnecessary. Like a lot of these changes seem unnecessary and stupid, but like again, like that's just kind of how things are when it comes to like when you get down to like the people in charge of like the directors. I mean, even yeah, like even beyond that, like I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is. I don't know if it'd be producer, but I don't know. That's usually
the network focus groups or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, like basically the marketing, not the marketing, but I guess I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but
the focus groups, I guess you could say.
Not even the focus groups, because I guess it's the heads, like the people who are really getting the money from all this stuff, because usually they're the ones who are like, oh well, if
the network,
a Big Mac thing, like I mean, we don't know if that's a legitimate thing, like that's the actual reason why they took the precautions of calling him Big Stack instead of Big Mac, but like just hearing from like just. It kind of reminds me of like in the Spider-Man like Sam Raimi trilogy, like from the 2000s, like if you don't know about it, like originally, do you know like the trilogy?
Yeah.
So like how Sandman and Venom are in the villains of the third movie.
Yeah.
Originally, they were going to make just Sandman a villain. Like that's what Sam Raimi wanted to do. But the producer, I forgot his name, but apparently he's ruined nearly. He's the same reason why the Amazing Spider-Man movies like completely failed. So basically, it kind of reminds me of that, like where oh well, originally we're going to do this, but oh no, our higher ups here are telling us to do this just so that they can, so that we can make a lot more money, which I'm not okay with. I guess since like the producers, or from what I've seen, are David Mitton, program creators are David Mitton and Robert D. Cardona. Man, I haven't heard those names in a while. It just seems like that's kind of a reason why that it happened like that.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so Zebedee becomes ZB. His original nameplate is left uncovered, implying that his name is misinterpreted. What the hell? Okay. Oh, here's... Okay. Puffa is simply called the Train. He was once called Chooch or Cooch? Chooch. Chooch. And what's called his original name?
That's just laughable at that point. The Train. No.
Okay. This part is funny. Actually, I don't know what character they're referring to exactly, but just listen to this and see if you laugh like I do.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is renamed Scoop.
Remind me who Jack is.
I don't know who Jack is, but still think of that for a sec.
Well, okay, given that, I mean, I'm just going to look up Jack Tugs just to see what the character looks like.
I know if it's got to be some sort of thing with a bucket, which is kind of funny because Jack renamed Scoop.
Oh, I can get it now because here's the thing, like, so Jack, from what I can tell, okay, Scoop. So basically he's part of a crane. It's hard to describe, or maybe he is a crane. But, like, you want me to just send you a picture of him, like, right now?
Yeah.
On Skype. I'll send that to you because, I'll put that in the group chat right now because, like, that's... it's hard to describe. It's better if I just show you the picture.
Okay.
Because
the garbage grabber thing. That guy.
Yeah,
exactly. He has a face on his claw, right?
Yeah. I put it in the chat right now.
That guy. Either way, though, I think of Jack. Of course, I think of, well, front loader. And then I hear Scoop. And I think the front loader.
Yep.
Whatever. Okay. Moving on. The two scrap dealers, Burke and Blair, become Mr. Baffo and Mr. Sacco and are portrayed as movie producers.
I'm sorry. Repeat that one again, because I am completely confused. What in the world was that right now?
Okay, the two scrap dealer tugs, like these two tugs,
Yeah.
who will go around like try and find like things that they can buy for like cheap scrap metal.
Yeah.
So Burke and Blair, these two tugs. So they're renamed Mr. Baffo and Mr. Sacco, and they're portrayed as movie producers.
Okay, I could get maybe the names because I feel like if they're buying scrap, I could see them as being the cheapskate kind of guys, and they kind of have names like those. I don't know.
Burke and Blair work, I guess, for that, but I could.
But the thing is though, outside of the name, the idea that they're portrayed as movie producers, if I'm correct,
yeah. I don't understand what. I don't even know. Like, that's just freaking ridiculous.
If it works toward I get that they're retellings of the Tug stories or something, like they have minor changes. But if it were something big, like maybe changing towards the story, and it works towards the story, then I'd be on board with that. But I don't know at all because I've never watched this before.
Yeah,
I would need to see just hearing what it's all about. It's intriguing and it's so weird. So I need to actually see it to fully process it and then maybe compare it to the original. I don't know. But from what I hear, it's weird. That is weird. Oh.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me see what else there is. Okay, so the two scrap dealers, Mr. Buffalo, Mr. Shock. Okay, Johnny Cuba becomes Steamer, and Nantucket becomes Tramper. And are portrayed as friendly characters. Okay, two villains have become good guys. Whatever. The Fulton's Fairy speaks in this show, despite not having a visible face or megaphone. She's also referred to as a male. The Quarrymaster was named Stony in one episode.
Wow.
It's funny because he's high. I don't know.
Wow.
Izzy Gomez speaks with an American accent rather than a Mexican one, despite having a few Mexican features. This could have been done most likely to avoid having a stereotypical Mexican character in the American showing.
Oh, well.
You know what?
That's one that I can stay. I mean, I guess I can understand.
Yeah. Izzy Gomez, he's honestly kind of just. He's funny, but he's also very uncomfortable as a character.
Yeah, I can get why they would want to switch it. I can get that some people.
Yeah, it wouldn't fly nowadays.
Yeah, some people some audience, some of the audience would probably be very. They'd be like, oh, that just would seem kind of. I hate to use the word, but I guess. Yeah, stereotypical, really stereotypical, but. In a way, I feel like here's the thing. If this were the version of, I don't know, if this were I don't know what the perfect show would be. The Simpsons or Family Guy, dude, I'd be laughing, but this isn't the kind of show that it is. This is Salty's Lighthouse, the show where we turn garbage dealers into movie producers. Because you know what? They worked hard for it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what it says. In the early 1990s, there was going to be a U.S. dub of the original Tugs TV series, but it oddly never came to be, unlike Thomas and Friends. This TV show was most likely created as a replacement, except it uses edited footage, as well as edited names, genders, and some of the characters. Which, considering, I'm just going to say this. Personally, I think kind of would have been a lot easier if you just redubbed the episodes and released them as such. I mean, sure, Tugs didn't live long enough to
get more episodes.
But actually, here's the question. Here's the question I ask. Say you release the episodes in America. Maybe, just maybe, they become a hit, like Thomas did. Then, from that money, David goes back over to Shepperton instead of being under Clearwater, and then you continue your show with the money that you've given. I'm just saying it's Star Tugs Trust owns the U.S. dub of Sunshine. I'll have to ask Sean about that. Okay. But whatever. Okay. Let's see what else. In Spain, the show was dubbed in Austrian Spanish. Episodes were paired together when they aired on PBS and TLC in the USA. The series aired on Playhouse Disney in Taiwan.
That is interesting. I'll put it that.
Yeah. 1999, Salty's Lighthouse is mentioned in the Encyclopedia of Animated Cartoons, second edition. Oh yeah, despite using animation for the Lighthouse series as well as edited footage of Tugs, whatever, Salty's Lighthouse show shares some similar features to Shining Time Station. The show introduced American audiences to Thomas Tank Engine. Both shows have music videos using clips of old films. Both shows begin their segments with a character announcing their beginning. This is just freaking weird. I don't get it. Like, I don't even know, man. It's weird. Okay. What else is there to look at? I'm just looking on the Tugs wiki to see what else there's. If there's anything else interesting in this, because it kind of is. Okay, let's see.
I just completed my Gordon custom.
Cool.
I tried making him look as close as possible to Flying Scotsman, except for the tender. It's just stuck with a good old-fashioned Gordon tender.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So as far as I can tell, yeah. Here's as far as I can tell. What basically happens, so the Tugs like segments in Salty's Lighthouse, this is just from what I'm gathering here, is there's only 13 segments I can find here. So I'm guessing here that they literally just repeated using these episodes again and again.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know what? How about we watch an episode of this?
Depends. I gotta wake up at 5 though in the morning because I got football practice. But
let's watch the
let's watch it. You know what?
Okay, I'm pulling. I just found a playlist from Star Switcher that he uploaded on Tug 97. It's just like the minus the I guess Salty's Lighthouse for the most part, or the actual cartoon, whatever's. Kind of.
Not gonna lie.
I don't care about this whole cartoon. 'Cause it's
Let's actually see how the cartoon correlates though. Let's go to like a
pineapple upside down cakes right side up. Over and out. Come on, grab a drumstick. Who needs
If I were the kid's mom, I'd like to start watching the something like that.
yeah.
We don't sound like Anchovy. Oh, yeah, we do. We sound like the day we dropped a tray of silverware. Hey, we can't reach. What about us? Guys? They always forget about us. Just 'cause we're little. Yeah. Well, at least we're big enough to check out the tubs. Being too little or too big can sometimes mean you're left out. And even a crusty old tanker like Steamer feels sad and lonely when it happens.
It's not fair that big tankers like me aren't allowed in the harbor. I can't be with the other boats and have fun like they do. I always get stuck out here alone.
But Steamer does have one pal, ZB, who comes by to see him every time he's outside the harbor.
Hey, what's up, big guy? Why so glum?
I miss having friends.
Hey, I'm your friend.
I know. I mean, lots of friends.
Well, I'm sure the others would like you if they got to know you.
But how can they when I'm stranded out here in the boat?
Hey, how about this? Since you can't come into the harbor, we'll all come out. I'll go talk to the others now.
Steamer's so excited he can hardly wait to see who comes to visit.
So, where is everybody?
Well, I've got some bad news.
No one wants to meet me, right?
No, that's not it. Captain Star sent everyone out to do more work.
Never mind, ZB. Just forget it.
But the others wanted to come, they just couldn't.
It's no use. If I can't go into the harbor, I'm sunk.
I'm
We'll
just
figure
so
out
confused.
something
Like,
else.
isn't ZBD with the
Says he can't.
Z tugs or the, and that's like the group that's like against the Star Tugs, right?
Yeah. That's correct.
So yeah, that makes no sense. So confused.
I'm very confused too. I really don't understand, like, what the hell's going on. Makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I'm just trying to get this straight here. Okay, so I need to explain this to you, Clark. Very simple. That steamer there, whatever the heck his name is.
Yeah.
So that's Johnny Cuba.
Uh-huh.
He is a gangster who's trying to illegally get into the harbor, and Zebedee was originally trying to like, he was blackmailed into sneaking him in.
Wow. That's amazing. You know what? I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna make the next Tapmer parody. Instead, it's gonna be Tugs. And you know how it's just entirely comedic? I'm just gonna make a joke, a reference to that. Like, oh, so you're trying to get back into the harbor, like illegally, and it's gonna like wink, wink. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna mechanize it or whatever. That's funny. That is hilarious.
I'm just saying, that's the real episode. This is whatever the hell this is. I don't know.
Honestly, you know what? Out of all the major differences, this is the best of them. It doesn't matter how weird or quirky it is. it is by far the best of them. It is hilarious, honestly.
Maybe I don't know, Clark. You're declaring this pretty early. I don't know.
We're gonna have to see. I'm invested now. Let's go full throttle.
Let's go.
If there's any other way to make friends. So, after ZB leaves, even though he knows he shouldn't, Steamer pulls up anchor and starts sneaking towards the harbor. As the big tanker approaches, a gusty wind begins to blow. Steamer wonders if he should disobey the rules and go into the harbor.
I'm going in. I just have to.
But before he gets very far, Steamer sees Cappy, the little Coast Guard cutter.
But I gotta get in.
No tankers in the harbor, Steamer. You know that. I said off limits.
Coming through.
You're too big. You get stuck. Oh, the wind. It's blowing me right into you. Ah! Steamer, help. I'm stuck. Go to the harbor and get me some help.
But you said it's off limits.
This is an emergency. I give you special permission, but only go far enough to shout for help.
Aye, Cappy. I'll do what you say.
Steamer didn't want to be left out either. Oh, Aurora! It hurts to feel left out because you're little. I bet we play those shield drums great. We do a bang-up job. Da 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 da. Drums now. Why not make your own music? Our own music? Wow! We'll make our own music. We can do it. Just like Steamer's gonna find someone to help Cappy. The wind blows strong as the stranded Coast Guard cutter wonders if Steamer will find someone in time to save him.
I'll do exactly as Cappy said. Just poke my nose in and call for help. Help! SOS! Mayday!
Huh? That sounds like Steamer. Steamer! Where are you? Steamer, you're not supposed to be in the harbor.
But Cappy's in trouble. He sent me. It's okay.
Steamer.
Okay. I need to explain. Okay, Clark, here's what you also need to understand. In the original episode, again, so the Coast Guard or Cappy was basically there, like he was saying to Johnny Cuba, hey, only authorized access, and then Johnny Cuba just kind of plowed right through him intentionally, and just said, "Oops, I guess I didn't see you there," and then just ditches him.
Damn.
How do you rewrite that into? How do you rewrite that? I don't get it. How do you?
I feel like like just think of it like the person in charge here who's running the show of the they're just like, all right, we're just having such a hard time with rewriting this episode, like making it the complete opposite. Like we just have to make it the most complete opposite thing. But I'm just so stuck at this point. Like I just don't know what to do. And we see like a very young Sharon Miller working as an intern, or no, better yet, a janitor. And she's like, oh, well, here's my pitch on this. And you just exactly, you just get to this. You just get it.
Also, Zebedee, just clear name plate here. Even though he's called ZB.
I'm seeing a Tug 97 logo, and I don't know if
no, Star Switcher added that.
Okay, that figures.
But still, though, it just clearly says Zebedee. Not even trying to cover it up. Could just crop the image, I guess. But no. No. Apparently, though, I just looked at random images. Apparently, they actually put censor bars over OJ and Big Mac's nameplates. But anyways, let's keep going.
It's true. I was heading into port looking for you and the others, but I ran into Cappy instead.
And got in trouble, right?
Well, sort of. I got Cappy into trouble. He's stuck on a rock and needs you to help him get off.
Where is he?
The other side of the cove.
I'm off to the rescue.
Outside the harbor, the wind blows something fierce. ZB fights to stay on course.
Happy! Where are you?
Ahoy, mate! Over here! I'm pinned against a rock!
Hang on, Cappy. I'll save you.
Hurry, ZB!
You're jammed in pretty tight.
You'll have to circle round and take it slow. The wind's too strong.
I can feel it. It's pushing me toward the rocks, too.
Then scuttle back! Scuttle back!
Don't you worry, Cappy. I know what I'm doing. I just have to figure out how to scoot between the rocks, and you'll be out of here before you can say tug.
Good.
Here's the plan. I'll swing by and toss out a rope. You catch it, and
And sure enough, ZB safely tows Cappy into the harbor.
Thanks for the rescue, ZB. If you hadn't come along, I'd be driftwood.
don't forget Steamer. He sent me.
You're right. I was pretty tough on him. But rules are rules, and he was breaking them.
Only because he wants to make friends, Cappy. That's why he was sneaking into the harbor.
So that's the reason, huh? Well, I can understand. I know what it's like to be lonely.
Hey, Steamer! Cappy's still in dry dock for repairs, but he wants you to know.
That he's going to report me for breaking the rules?
No! That he thanks you very much for helping with the rescue. And he wants to know if he can be your new first mate. After me, of course.
You tell him he's welcome aboard anytime he wants.
Oh god.
Drums are great, but our music doesn't sound like what Anchovy played. Hey, sorry. Guess we really hogged the drums. Yeah, but I can fix that. Go Clans!
Okay.
Oh,
we-
right.
All right, let's move on to what do we got here? Boss Man. Let's go Boss Man. That sounds just like a wonderful name for an episode.
Yeah. These names are just strange.
Yeah.
It all started when Hercules brought the naval supplies
Hold on a second.
Krakatoa into the naval yard. The naval inspector on duty that day was a tough little tug named Blue Nose.
All right, stand off, Hercules. I've got an inspection to perform on that vessel.
She's all yours, Blue Nose. I'm late for my next job across the harbor.
What was that voice?
I honestly have no clue, man.
Okay. Clark, you at least remember enough to know that that's not what Hercules sounds like, right?
Oh no, yeah, obviously, yeah, but like I honestly have no clue what that was. Like, just
That just sounded awful.
God.
That sounded like what's his I'm trying to remember what that sounds like. It sounded like I can hear that again. Just for
She's all yours, Blue Nose.
oh man, I've heard that I swear I've actually heard that voice somewhere before. That sounds like Gil Gripper from Rescue Heroes. Remember that toy line?
No, I don't. Honestly.
It's a random toy line. What else? He also sounds like generic high school guy from whatever, like DC superhero girls or whatever.
Oh, yeah, okay. That
You know those generic high school like kid shows.
yeah.
Cool guy. Whatever. Point is, that's not Hercules. Hercules has a suave elegance to him. You know
Yeah.
my idea.
I'm
Yeah.
late for my next job across the harbor.
Sorry, Hercules. Can't leave yet.
What's that?
Rule 16C. A tug shall not leave a docked vessel until...
And Blue Nose sounds kind of like Knuckles almost.
Yeah.
inspection is completed. Nobody's enforced that rule for years. Well, when I'm on duty, we do things by the rule book. Well, when I'm on duty, I do my jobs on time, and I'm already late for the next one. Leaving the scene of an inspection! Rule 29 double F! Oh, you can spend 2 days in dry dock for this!
Nearby, Otis was waiting for the ship he was supposed to tow in.
First time I had a tow that didn't show.
God.
Do I need to say anything?
No, not even. Honestly, like.
Keep going.
Where can it take me?
Move on, Otis. There's no loitering outside the naval yard.
But
Rule 8B, no loitering. Move on before I get back.
Rule 8B? Never heard of it.
Shortly after that, Blue Nose was towing a Navy barge.
Top secret supplies coming through. Make way.
I'll have my fuel barge out of the way in a sec, Blue Nose. I'm tangled in the buoy line.
Too bad, 10 cents. The Navy waits for no one. Rule 34J.
But Blue Nose, it's a fuel barge. You could throw a spark and cause a fire.
The only thing I'm gonna throw at you is the rule book for clogging the waterways. Now make way, unless you want to spend a couple of days in dry dock.
There's nothing worse than a bossy boat.
I heard that. Insulting a naval vessel. That's a violation of Rule 19J.
After that, it was Big Stack's turn to deal with Blue Nose.
Big Stack, have you seen Krampus? Yes, I have. I need him at the naval yard. I thought
Oh, they still call him Grampus?
Was his day off.
What?
They still call him Grampus?
Yeah. I found
Okay.
it surprising.
Yeah, that's
What? You know what? Hold on, I gotta hear what Big Mac sounds like again.
Have you seen Krampus? Yes, I have. I need him at the naval yard. I thought it was his day off.
You know what? That's one voice that doesn't sound too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Warrior sounds like. Can't wait to hear that.
It was his day off.
Here I am.
Krampus, report to the naval yard on the double.
But it's my day off.
My God.
But it's the day off.
It's my day off.
According to Rule 23Q, all days off can be canceled without notice.
What in the...
Squirt water at me, but you can't throw water on the rule book. A rule's a rule. Now, get over to the
Oh,
yard.
God.
I'm thrown in dry dock for spitting water on an officer.
After that, the Star Tugs got together and traded stories about Blue
Yeah.
Nose.
I don't like the way he bosses us around. But you can't argue with him. He's got the rule book on his side.
I know a rule's a rule, but he doesn't give us any slack. And the way he treated Grampus, well, I wouldn't put up with it.
I say we don't put up with it. You mean go on strike?
Right. We'll refuse to do any more work for the Navy Yard.
No more work for the Navy Yard!
Until Blue Nose becomes an officer and a general.
Hear, hear!
The Star Tugs kept their promise. Next time the Navy offered them work, they refused it. They were on strike until Blue Nose got his bossy nose out of the rule book and started being nicer to everyone. Well, Blue Nose was not about to change his ways. Rules were rules.
Oh, Lord.
And it was his job to enforce them. But sometimes disagreements get patched up in the strangest ways. A few nights later, Blue Nose had rounded up a stray barge, but it got away from him.
Oh, no. Aaron's got her.
It collided with a barge of explosives and started a fire.
Fire!
10 Cents and Otis heard his cry as the fire quickly spread. By the time Otis and 10 Cents got there, Blue Nose was trapped.
Help!
Blue Nose, where are you?
I'm trapped!
I can't get in from this side. The fire's too hot. I see an opening.
Hurry!
I'm going in. You've only got one chance to snag him, 10 Cents. Make it good. I got you. Had a tug, 10 Cents.
Oh, you're a hero, 10 Cents. I'm putting you up for the Harbor Medal of Honor.
Although Blue Nose was rescued, there was still
Harbor Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's not an actual thing in the Tug Show, so... Yeah.
What? Clark, what is this show?
done anything that the original hasn't. You're being silly.
Yeah.
Well, you're being sensible.
Still a fire to put out. The tugs worked all night fighting the fire, and by morning they had put it out.
Also, they're just abridging the most action-packed, like, probably most expensive to film episode of the frickin' show.
Exactly. Like it's just nuts. Like this show is just nuts.
Clark, I know you haven't really watched most of the show, but Munitions is without a doubt probably
I've seen Munitions. Yeah, I've seen Munitions before. Yeah, it is without a doubt. Like just it just doesn't make sense. Like to do what they're doing right now.
And I gotta say this, and I'll say this too. In terms of moral of the story, I think Munitions is probably one of the most important for I think a lot of people to watch, especially as a kid. Not only that, like rules are rules, but common sense should come first. And also, fire is deadly. Don't mess with it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of important. Just saying. We're moving on.
And no one was hurt.
And no one was hurt.
Saving my stern and dousing the fire. I promise you'll all be awarded medals.
We don't want medals, Blue Nose.
They're just not explaining how 10 cents is just covered in cash.
That is funny. That is funny.
He's burnt out, but nobody. No one. Why should they explain? What's there to explain?
Yes. And understand that while you've got a job to do, so do we. I wouldn't mind an apology myself.
All right. I'm sorry. In the future, I'll try not to be so bossy. What? Krampus, what are you doing?
Sorry, Blue Nose. Gotta take you to dry dock.
Dry dock? What did I do wrong?
For nothing. Rule 63B. Any vessel exposed to fire shall undergo a complete inspection, stem to stern.
But I feel fine.
Sorry, sir. Rules are rules.
At least save me the embarrassment of being towed in. I can make it on my own steam.
64Q.
Since when did you become such an expert?
Since you made me take your course. The rule book. No eternal limit.
Was I really?
So, I'm just gonna try and gather, just trying to gather anything here. So, basically, I'm trying to figure this out here. So apparently, only Blue Nose was near scorches of any sort. None of the other tugs were anything. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, let's go on to Farley Frog, because this is the one I was talking about before, I think.
Yeah. Also, this will be my last one just because I got to head out for the night.
Oh, I get it. I should probably get to bed, too, after this. But
yeah.
Let's hope this is a good... I think this is a good one.
God, that intro, though, that, honestly, man...
The art style is so plain, though. That's the thing. Like, the backgrounds aren't very vibrant. It's not... I don't know. It's nothing you can really dig as far as... That's the
thing. I just don't think the theme is a good theme. Not good. It's okay, you know? It's vibrant.
It's okay, but it sounds so generic. Like, it's such a generic sounding, like, sea shanty.
And that's the thing. It's not like the art style complements the theme.
And that's the thing. Salty here, this kid, he just looks like Tommy from Rugrats, just like...
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, he really does look like him. Like,
yeah, like this is just like mix. And the seagull, like they're completely different art styles too. Like the seagull looks like something from out of like a Don Bluth or Little Mermaid cartoon.
Yeah,
like it's nothing meshes.
Exactly,
nothing meshes. This doesn't work.
Yep.
Anyways, moving on.
And now, Sadie, let's check out Snugwood Harbor. Betcha the tugs aren't acting so silly.
Oh boy.
At the Star Pier, the tugs are in very high spirits. There's a parade today, and they're decorated to the max. And everyone has the day off to celebrate.
Oh, how I love a parade. I just wish you would start.
Calling all tugs! Calling all tugs! The Harbor Day Parade is canceled!
Oh God.
Everyone's
Sorry.
ready. What could have happened? You mean you really don't have a clue? Not a whiff of one. Well, how about you, Top Hat?
I simply can't imagine.
Then I did it. I tricked you.
That was you on the loudspeaker?
Yep. While Captain Star's off checking the start of the parade, I thought I'd have some fun with the speaker.
Pulled our anchors, did you?
Oh, you got us good.
Fooled us. In fact, that was so funny. Let's take turns doing some more. All go to land. All go to land. From now on, all tugs must wear top hats in every parade.
All right, I'm going to say two things. One good and one bad. Number one, Top Hat doesn't sound too far off from his British counterpart.
Mhm.
But this is just freaking ridiculous.
Your turn, Otis.
Tug, tug, tug your barge gently through the harbor, and if your mustache grows too long, tug yourself to a barber.
What?
Just I don't know the what's the word? The jingle. I'm just gonna call it. Just threw me off for a sec.
I mean, at least they acknowledge, yeah, the tugs do have mustaches sometimes.
Oh no, yeah, no, yeah. The tugs do have.
What the heck is any of this though? This is just
But I just because I know Tugs is more of a serious. It's obviously like Tugs is more of a serious show than this show, but still, like, why bring up barbers at all? Like, if anything, that just feels like the most big world, big adventures thing that this show can do. Unless,
Yeah.
well, I need to see what the rest of the show looks like or is.
Okay,
like.
so here's the second segment. Here's where it goes on to, I guess, the rest of the.
The tugs continue to joke around, not knowing that their friend Grampus has run into trouble.
It's a bad day to get stranded. There's no boats are working today. But I ran out of all my fuel. Out in the ocean without a tug, here I'll stay. Oh dear, I wish someone would come by. Now that I've run out of gas, all I can do is bob around like a buoy.
Yes!
You've got to get out of here. What else new?
You don't understand. You're in serious danger.
I am? Why?
Because not too far away, a Navy boat's gonna blow up a barge full of dangerous explosives, and you might get hurt.
But I'm out of fuel. I can't move. Unless I'm towed.
Then I'll get word to the Starfleet, and they'll come get you.
Or do
You know what? You know what?
What?
Just, oh my god.
Okay, so here's an obvious question. Blue Nose, why don't you just tow him?
I know, exactly. Like, that's.
It's just like, okay, so like let's just say so Clark, let's just say that I'm standing next to you and you start sinking into quicksand.
Mhm.
I have a rope. I am firmly planted onto the ground. Like I have a firm grip on the ground. You could grab onto this rope that I'm, grab onto this rope that I'm holding very easily. And I say, "Oh no, Clark, you're gonna sink into that quicksand and die." Well, anyways, I'm gonna go see if I can. I'm gonna go walk to the hospital. It's about 15 miles away and see if they can help.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
walk away.
Exactly.
That's the right thing to do, right?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I might get a little rope burn if I tried to help you. That'd be bad. Anyways.
hurry, Blue Nose. and say I'm sorry for ruining the parade. From now on, you all have new jobs. And Vince, you're in charge of the snack barge.
Aye, aye, Captain Warrior.
Sunshine, you crack jokes all day. Maurice, pedal backwards and splash up a storm.
Attention, Tugs! Listen up!
What's wrong, Cappy?
Grampus needs your help!
Must be another joke.
No, it's not a joke! Grampus ran out of fuel near a Navy barge that's about to be blown up. He needs you to pull him out of there. Follow me. I'll show you the way.
Meanwhile, Grampus bravely sings his song, hoping the tugs will arrive soon. He can see the Navy boat moving into position to blow up the dangerous barge.
It's a bad day to get stranded. It's even worse than I...
And as the minutes tick by, Grampus can't help but wonder if the Starfleet will get there in time. Then suddenly Grampus looks up, and to his relief, he sees a parade of tugs coming to save him.
Larry! The Navy boat's ready! And so are we, Grampus. We're your escort to safety. There's a siren. It's too dangerous now. Turn back. Not without you, old chap. Get in position, 10 cents.
Here I come, Grampus. I'm gonna drop you a line.
I've got it.
Just hold on tight. We'll have you out of here in 2 squirts.
Do hurry, 10.
What?
God.
No comment.
Cents. The barge will blow any minute. Everyone keep moving. There's...
Yes, that barge of dangerous, explosive logs. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
I do believe that's the end of it. And we're all safe. So let's celebrate by going to a parade.
I think it's just great that on such a silly day, we ended up heroes.
Oh, yes, I'd agree. Wouldn't you, Grampus? Where's Grampus? Don't tell me we need to rescue him again. Surprise!
But he was out of fuel.
Just being silly like you are. Well, good joke then.
God.
What are we laughing at?
Boy, even after rescuing Grampus, the tugs went right back to being silly. That's it. We're gonna find out what's going on. Come on, Frog.
Okay. So that was Salty's Lighthouse. Or a taste of it. What on earth was any of that?
Honestly, you know what?
Yes.
Given just that the differences, like just the main differences, some of them just made no sense. Honestly. Like, it just made no sense, like, compared to the original show. Now, some of it was just hilarious, though. Like,
Yeah, that's like
obviously it wasn't good. It wasn't good, but it was hilarious. I'll give it that. Okay,
bad.
like,
It's almost so bad it's good.
like it wasn't good, but it was hilarious. Like, what was the one again? That I keep thinking of. We were just talking about it. It was before the one where it just made no sense. Like
That's all of them.
You mean the one in the middle, or the one in the first
It was
one?
the one before we were talking about that example with the quicksand. It was before that one. I just can't remember it.
Oh, you mean where they left him? Or you mean the megaphone?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to rewatch that again. But
But
whatever.
still,
Like,
I don't even know.
yeah. Basically,
You gotta go, Clark. I get it. That's fine.
We need to watch more of this sometime in the future, though. For
Yeah,
sure. This is cool.
Yeah, I'd be up for another stream of this. Just watching Salty's
Yeah, we need to definitely do this again because that was hilarious.
I agree.
But yeah, hey, it was fun streaming with you tonight, man. I'll be sure to do this with you some other time.
All right, Clark. All right.
See you, man. Yeah, anytime.
Well, that took a good turn. I gotta admit. All right. But I don't get what Salty's Lighthouse even was supposed to be. I mean, that just without a doubt is the most bizarre freaking thing I've ever. Like, I don't even. It's weird. It's just weird. But okay, I gotta say though, guys, lyrical. Please unlist this as the private. Well, I suppose. Holy cow, there's a whole. I didn't even know this chat was going. Well, lyrical llama wolf. Never seen you before. Sorry, but I believe StreamYard doesn't have that issue. I think I don't know, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Hard to say. But anyways, I should probably wrap this up pretty dang soon because I am getting so freaking tired. I worked a good 7 hours today. Okay. Let me check. 74. Okay. Well, anyways, tell you what, guys, I'll unlist the stream. You know what, guys? Maybe maybe I could re-edit it into like you could just watch like a watching Salty's Lighthouse kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I should do that. I'll consider that. Because we went through 3 episodes. We still have 10 to go. Yeah. Well, anyways, you know what? I'm gonna call the stream quits here. But definitely, guys, I will do another one of these very soon in the future. Probably I could try and do sometime this weekend. Not this weekend, but like this next weekend then. But yes, I will promise you guys in the future we'll do more Salty Lighthouse watching because if you guys really want that, we'll do it. But also I don't think that I really just don't think that the people who made Salty's Lighthouse are gonna come after me with a hammer. So whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you another time.